Hi, Joni.
Hi, Jessica.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great, Joni. I'm so excited to be talking to you.
I am too.
Joni, your English is wonderful.
Thank you.
How long have you been watching Lost?
Well, I started watching Lost about 3 years ago when season 3 aired in Belgium. And I initially started watching because of Dominic Monaghan. I was very into The Lord of the Rings at that time. And like a true fangirl, I looked some things up about the actor. And I discovered he was on Lost, so I decided to start watching.
Did you go back to the beginning?
Well, I first watched season 3, then 4, and then I bought the first two seasons and watched them together with my father, who's also a huge fan.
Wow, was it hard keeping up with season 3, not knowing what had happened in the first two seasons?
Well, I looked some things up on the internet, and actually, during the first episode, I was actually explaining everything to my father what had happened.
How long have you been on Twitter?
Since July. I'm a bit new, I think other Losties have been on it longer. But yeah, since July, and at the beginning I really didn't like it that much because I didn't know any people. But now it's great.
So how did you happen into the fanverse, the Lost fanverse on Twitter?
I didn't actually know there was such a big fan base on Twitter. I just started quoting a few scenes from Lost, and people started following me, and I started following them back, so it just happened.
In Belgium, how does Lost come across on TV?
It's subtitled, which I'm very happy about because in Germany and French it's dubbed and it's really not the same at all. We're just used to the subtitles in Belgium. We never dub anything.
Joni, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's a great way to keep practicing with your English.
True. I plan on studying it later, so it's kind of good for me.
I am so impressed. Are there other people locally who watch Lost like you do?
Not many at all. I know a girl and a boy at my school. They like Lost, but they're not into it as much as me and Inge, so it's not the same at all. It's not like we can go to them and start talking about theories because they wouldn't even understand us at all. But it would be so great if there were more Belgian people who liked it as much as we did.
So let me ask you about the premiere. First, let me ask you initially, were you happy about the premiere? How did you feel at the end?
I was very happy.
It was kind of what I expected, very, very confusing. And the ending where Said comes back to life was kind of a shocker. But, I'm glad he's not dead.
I know, me too. I would have been sad. And
Yeah,
I was
me too.
and I was kind of wondering, I brought this up with my sister-in-law yesterday.
Yes.
The consequences in the temple. I just want to run this by you.
Yeah.
If you go in the temple good, like maybe Little Ben, then maybe you
Yes.
come out bad. But if you go in the temple bad, maybe you come out good.
I didn't think about that.
And Saeed went into all that detail about how when he was dying, he felt like he was going to go to a bad place. He was worried that he had done all these bad things in his life, that he thought that he was going to hell for sure.
Yes, it was a very emotional scene and it could have those consequences.
But really, I want to know, because you're a big fan of Juliet, right?
Yes, I'm a huge fan of Juliet.
That was kind of emotional. I cried.
I cried as well. It was very sad to see Sawyer like that. I like those two together, so it was very emotional.
Now, what do you make of it worked?
I think Juliet might know a little bit more than the others. Maybe she felt something like maybe it did work. I thought it was kind of weird. She first said it didn't work, then she wanted to say it did work, so maybe something she thought about.
So are we thinking maybe in her unconscious state, maybe her journey into an afterlife may have given her visions of like a sort of reboot where everybody got back safely and she and Sawyer could start over as strangers?
Yes, when she said maybe we should get coffee sometime, I was actually thinking that might happen in the alt reality between them, that they might run into each other and have a cup of coffee.
Right, because we're reminded of all of Charlotte's flashes. And
True, I was thinking about Charlotte when that happened.
Right, because all the stuff that she said in her flashes, she said later as a child. I mean, we saw later.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
In her childlike state. So maybe you're right. Maybe we will see Sawyer and Juliet having a conversation about coffee sometime later
Yes.
in the
I think that will happen actually.
I think so. I think you're right. I was I was bummed out, but I was hoping that she didn't mean it worked. I got you together with Kate like you should be. I was really hoping that's not what she meant.
I don't think so. I really don't see Sawyer getting back with Kate after everything that happened with Juliet. I don't think he'll do that.
I hope he doesn't. I hope you're right. I want Sawyer and Juliet to remain together.
True.
But what do you make of the island underwater?
Oh, that scene gave me goosebumps.
I think I stopped breathing.
It was a very powerful moment.
It was with the Dharma shark and the
Yes.
and the underwater swing set. I just because it's Dharma affected island underwater.
True, the barracks were there, so it was there, and there were people, so something must have happened.
And so where do you think Ben and Juliet are in the alternative timeline?
That's a difficult question. I think Ben, we'll definitely see him, but I actually think he'll be a much better person in the alt timeline. He won't be evil Ben.
We'll be watching him, waiting for him to switch on us. Just like watching it, and when they brought the wheelchair in to get Locke off the plane, I thought, this is a fake out. They are going to walk that wheelchair right past him, and he is going to get up. And sure enough, he did.
Yes, Inge was thinking the same thing.
Do you guys watch them together?
We watched the first one together, but then we didn't have enough time anymore, so we had to watch the second one by ourselves.
Is there anything in particular that you want to share with all of your Twitter fans out there in the world?
I'd like to thank them because, I never expected to have so many followers, and I don't think of myself as an interesting person, so I'm very happy to have made so many friends, so that's what I want to tell them. Thank you.
Well, I think you're amazing.
It was very fun, and I think we should do this again sometime.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Joni, and I will see you on Twitter.
Okay, bye.
Thanks, bye. She's so cute.